What is up, guys? Welcome to 46 and 3. Today we have me and Kinsey on, and we're going to be talking about a few things. Kinsey, what are those few things?
All right, we're going to be talking about some killer clowns again. You know, it's Halloween time. We're getting in the spirit.
Finally. I wait for this night all year.
All year.
All year.
It's going to be great. We are going to be talking about an unexpected collaboration. We'll get between those two artists in a second. And there's some copyright issues between really popular gaming company. So before we get into today's topics, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Give us, feedback. Let us know. So our first topic is the movie Terrifier. And so if you haven't seen the movie, it's basically, there's no real storyline. And that's the only problem I had with the movie, other than the fact that it was really very gruesome.
Gory.
Very
gory is the word for it. Gruesome, gory, those kind of words. It's terrifying.
It says it's a horror movie, but it's more like you just don't want to watch it because it's so...
You're sitting there and you're like, why am I watching this? But you continue to watch it because the human mind, I guess, is just interested in things like that.
We love fear.
Yeah.
Anyways, so there is a really weird loop at the end of the movie.
Yeah, it was, when I was watching it, it like switched back real fast and I was like, whoa, what happened?
All right, so at the beginning of the movie, there is a character and she had gotten attacked by this clown the previous year, and then at the end it wraps it around with her face again, kind of just telling you the story of how her face got like that. It was really, really cool. Recommend the movie.
For sure.
For the next killer clown, do we even
the
have to say his name?
The man himself, the #1 clown in the world, Joker.
The Joker. All right, so this movie is actually doing very well in theaters. People weren't really expecting that. They were really expecting people to shoot up the movie theaters.
A lot of threats.
It kind of makes sense when you think about it. Mental illness. The Joker, he's
Seems
crazy.
like something the Joker would do.
It's like the whole point is that he's insane.
Yeah.
And so, there's...
Doesn't mean you have to be.
There's been a huge, brief of security just to make sure that everyone's okay watching the movie. So far, everything's fine.
Everything's good.
And the movie's doing great.
Some good showings.
People are a little upset that people think that it's glorifying mental illness and saying, hey, you should be crazy because it's awesome. Look at the Joker, he's awesome.
That's my problem. When he is the definition of mental illness.
It's like the whole point of the movie.
That's who the Joker has been ever since he fell in the acid with Batman.
He's a villain.
Yeah, all these years, it's the Joker.
Yeah.
So.
But it's not real, and that's my personal opinion. It's not real. If there was someone real doing this kind of stuff and people were glorifying it, then I'd take a step back and be like, okay, hold on, wait a minute. Yeah. But as far as we know, it's just a great movie.
It's just a great movie.
So I definitely recommend watching it, and Terrifier, just to get into the spirit of Halloween. But if we're going to be talking about music now, Post Malone
and Ozzy Osbourne collab. It is not just rap this time, guys. He has entered rock and roll into the mix, and it sounds amazing. I bet you Ozzy had an amazing time making music with Post, especially getting out of the hospital not too long ago. So.
Yeah, he had an infection in his hand we talked about last episode. So Ozzy's really in the headlines right now. It's really good for rock and roll. Really good for pop to see these legends, kicking it with the new guys.
It's good for Post Malone and Ozzy themselves.
Yeah, because I know Post Malone looks up to Ozzy. He's really into rock and roll.
And I know now people may look up to Post Malone saying, hey, he likes Ozzy too. He got Ozzy on one of his tracks. So.
Yes, and so Post Malone's new album is doing very, very good. I'll have a few things up on the screen showing chart-wise how he's doing, but I think the main factor of why this album's doing so good is it's not just hip-hop. And we've known Post Malone, he's very good at hip-hop. He can make catchy tunes like this, but we also know Post Malone is very good at singing, matter of fact, and playing the guitar, and he shows that on some of his songs on this new album, Hollywood's Bleeding, by the way. That's what the album's called.
It is bleeding.
Hollywood's bleeding?
Yeah, Hollywood is really bleeding.
It's bleeding. Help it.
Realistically, yes.
But I listen to the album. Personally, I love it. I favor the songs that are not hip hop, because I think his talent really shows. And so what do we think he's going to be doing for his next album? You think he's going to go?
This world needs to be something more than hip hop.
And I think he's going to see the
he's
success
starting to do something
on
like that.
Yeah.
Next album, he might do a hip hop album. You know, jump back in real quick, kind of as a.
I mean, that's the moneymaker right now. Is
yeah,
hip hop.
but he could go a completely different way.
He could.
He could just.
And I bet you would be good. He's got a lot of
jump
talent.
the line on the genres of music and really go in there.
What's great about this collaboration is it has bred memes. People are saying, "Oh, thank you, Post Malone, for shining light on new artists, you know, that need attention." Like Ozzy Osbourne. Little do they know that Ozzy Osbourne is a legend. So,
Of
good
course.
memes. That's great. We love memes. It'll be up here. Looks great.
Memes.
It's funny.
Right.
All right, and this is kind of going to tie into the mental illness factor of the Joker. Black Sabbath, the guitarist Tony, cheers on James from Metallica. If you're a fan of Metallica, you may know that James is on his journey for sobriety, and it's really good to see other musicians kind of have each other's backs, especially in these kind of things, because it's not easy to talk about.
A lot of them have gone almost their whole rock star career with doing drugs and things like that, and it really, though it may not seem like it at the time, it really does take a toll on your mind after a while. It makes you start to go crazy, and you're just like, I need to stop. I need to become sober.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy, and I know rock and roll, the whole thing is like, oh, we're rock stars, we're crazy, let's just go all out, but sometimes you really do need to take a step back, and that's exactly what James is doing, and it's good to see that he's having support from other bands and other artists as well.
It's good.
Now something that a lot of you guys probably wouldn't think happened. Activision, Activision. If you're a gamer, you know Activision. They have been in some scrutiny for stealing other companies' artwork for promotion towards their new games, Modern Warfare especially.
Yeah, especially the Modern Warfare game.
And I just wouldn't expect this from Activision, because they're such a...
They've gone so many years, and not just Call of Duty, but they've gone so many years with being, like, if this is true, a straightforward, like, does what they're supposed to do, stays within the rules.
They're, like, on the top tier, like, very trusted company, but...
They're one of the biggest names for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And so, and then Modern Warfare also being one of the bigger names for Call of Duty, when that bad information got mixed with Modern Warfare, it got bad. So.
I don't, maybe it was unintentional. I don't see how it could be unintentional. I mean, you clearly know if you made the artwork or not.
The editors are obviously, they know what they're pulling in.
Maybe they just got
from
lazy.
Other sources.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments below how you feel about that. Also, I don't know if it's Activision specifically, but I think it is. It might be Modern Warfare. Anyways, PlayStation players are getting exclusive incentives, and they're being kind of favored in a way, and Xbox players aren't very happy about that.
PS4 players get to play the game a year, 12 months before Xbox players.
Or certain features of the game.
Me being an Xbox player, I don't agree at all.
No.
Maybe 3 months at most, but a whole year, it's just unfair.
I mean, the whole thing with video games is like, you're expecting to wait. I remember when GTA first came out, we had to wait a year for multiplayer to even come out. And they didn't even, they hadn't told us it was going to be that long.
I mean, the story mode was still fun. The year gave us time to get through the story, because a lot of people, when I start a campaign, I got to get through it.
Yeah.
I got into the story, so it gave you time to do that. But also, one of my problems is for years I've been saying, like me and my dad talk about this all the time, the Xbox and the PlayStation are basically the same thing. It's just two different platforms.
Like Coke and Pepsi,
but now,
it's just preference.
Now with PlayStation getting that advantage, I'm like, why? I just feel like it's unfair to Xbox and to Xbox players now.
Yeah.
So.
I completely agree. I guess the only issue is that they didn't really let people know this when they're promoting the game, kind of how GTA did. they promoted it in a way that like, oh, look at these features, look at this, you're gonna get to do this, and then you get the game and you're like, wait, I don't actually get to do this yet.
At,
like,
you know?
So it's kind of tricky, but another game that you would not expect to, you know, just really top the charts is an untitled Goose Game.
I love this game. If you guys have not checked it out yet, I'm gonna plug PewDiePie real quick. He has I think
good
one,
playthroughs.
some good playthroughs of the Goose Game. It's hilarious. You guys have to check it out.
So the game, it's not very campaign based, more of just like random objectives, but it's very humorous.
It's kind of like a more cartoon graphics goat simulator.
Yeah, it's great though. I don't know.
I feel like that's it.
I feel like that's it.
I feel like that was 46-3 today, guys.
All right, let us know in the comments below how you're feeling about it. All the topics, you know, we got Killer Clowns, you know, that unexpected collaboration, and you know, the copyright issue. It's a big thing. So.
I was doing that outro real quick, but I was gonna say I'm Caden.
And I'm Kinsey.
And this was 46-3.